Hi everybody, this is Cusp of Beauty Tarot. Just decided to do an impromptu middle of the month reading. I'm going to do it by elements, so this is going to be fire signs. I'll date stamp. So thank you for being here and liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting. Thank you so much. So I'm going to start with Aries. And Aries, first we're going to do who or what's coming at you. The obstacle in the situation, an advice card, and a potential outcome. Okay, let's see. Aries, who or what's coming at you? We have the Four of Swords. So somebody is that you're thinking about is actually taking a break and keeping to themselves. So they're actually not coming at you. Somebody is not communicating and maybe is going within a little bit, taking a break, restoring. Potential obstacle in this situation for Aries is, that could be an air sign. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it could be an air sign. Potential obstacle for Aries is the Hanged Man. So very related to the first card, the obstacle is that this person is not moving, is suspending, or things are suspended in this particular partnership relationship. Aries, that's your obstacle. That there's just not movement. Things are kind of in a holding pattern. That's your obstacle. What's the advice in the situation? It's going to be a short read for everybody. Fit in all the signs. What is the advice in the situation for Aries mid-month, probably to the end of the month? The advice is Six of Swords. So the advice would be to, to move yourself out of a troubled situation, to think about how you can get a reprieve in the situation yourself, maybe take some time out yourself to move away, take some lessons learned and move forward. So even if things are feeling stagnating for you, Aries, the advice would say, take some learnings from this and, try to move yourself forward where you can. And let's see, what is the potential outcome in this situation? Potential outcome for Aries mid to end of September 2018. Is the King of Wands. So this could be you, Aries, in your power. This could be the person that we're dealing with here that may not be communicating, in the beginning phase of mid-September. But the potential outcome looks very positive because the King does take action. So either you or this person will be taking action with some passion and direction and want to create something. And, if you have a King of Wands in your life, this would very much speak to that person being present in your life. If it's more your energy, you're in your power, and you're going to make some things happen around this situation. So actually, even if you get stalled out, which it could be, maybe if you take the advice of kind of taking care of yourself a little bit, it'll turn out in some positivity for you in this scenario. So that's Aries. Next up, we have, I'm going to do Sagittarius. Sagittarius. We'll do a quick read on Sagittarius. And then Leo. Sagittarius. Who is coming at you or what is coming at you, Sagittarius? Whoa. We've got two, and I've got to take the two. We've got the Hierophant and the Five of Swords. So somebody's coming at you, basically, I think something or someone is coming at you to test your structures and boundaries, and maybe with some view on what kind of status, you know, there's going to be the question of what the status is in your relationship. And coupled with the Five of Swords, you might want to just make sure you're approaching it carefully, because this person could have a sneaky, win at all costs kind of a personality style. This could be somebody who could be a little bit not all on the up and up, manipulative, and maybe trying to win something over on you. So there definitely could be a tie here, and what's coming at you is something around exploring the status of this relationship. But there's a cautionary point here with this energy that is conflictive and could definitely test your trust levels. So if that's not enough of an obstacle, what is the obstacle or challenge in this situation? What is the obstacle or challenge in this situation for Sagittarius as you evaluate this? Obstacle or challenge. The obstacle or challenge, actually, interestingly enough, is the Ace of Wands. So the obstacle is possibly making something more than just a spark. The obstacle could be that one or both of you is letting passion blind you in how to deal with this, because certainly the Ace of Wands is a very passion igniting sort of card. So as an obstacle, maybe this person's a sweet talker, charmer, talking about, you know, what do we want to be and the status of the relationship, but you have to like not, I'm noticing how there's like a lot of golden light coming off of this wand. Maybe the challenge, Sagittarius, is not to get blinded by something that could seem too good to be true. So just be careful. And what's the challenge? What's the advice for the situation for Sagittarius? Oh my goodness. Wow. That can't be good. Sorry about that. A lot of cards fell out. What is the the advice? Advice for Sagittarius. Prince of Swords or Knight of Swords. So the advice would be there should be a conversation. Either you or your other person might come in wanting to hear the truth, wanting to have a conversation. That's good advice. You know, have a coffee, have a meeting, have a discussion, air things out, get to the heart of the matter. Be straightforward, because that's what the Knight of Swords is, straightforward. And get to the heart of the matter. And what's the potential outcome? What's the potential outcome for Sagittarius mid to end of September in love? Potential outcome if all this comes to pass, if you're resonating with this at all. Sagittarius, September 2018. Well, the High Priestess, you'll get connected to your intuition in all of this. You will know what to do. You'll see the signs. Somebody might be revealing the outcome. Well, the outcome might be that somebody is still holding their feelings close to their chest right now for this time period. But that since this is your reading, Sagittarius, the outcome would be that you are going to be in tune with yourself. So doing things that help you do that, and staying in tune with yourself and being true to yourself, tapping to your inner wisdom would be the outcome. But there may still need to have some things revealed, despite, you know, if you do in fact have these truthful conversations, you might not have the whole truth, is kind of what this is saying. Okay? So with that, let's go on to Leo for September. Just shuffle those back in. Leo for September 2018. Middle of the month through end of the month. What's going on? Who's coming at you? Or what's coming at you, Leo? What's coming at you, Leo? Well, what's coming at Leo is the Ten of Cups. So the potential for a really fulfilling and harmonious romantic relationship, family relationship, the whole kind of relationship and grounding, fulfilling, and needs being met sort of thing. So that's good news, Leo. What is your potential challenge or obstacle, Leo? Potential challenge or obstacle in what seems like an ideal situation. What could be the obstacle for Leo? Oh, the devil. What a stark contrast. Uh-oh. So the obstacle could be that somebody has some nasty habits or addictions. There could be some codependency with this relationship, Leo, that you need to be aware of. Somebody is kind of hooked and cannot let go of some other relationship or some other vices or habits that are impacting your relationship. Something is unhealthy or toxic, perhaps, about this relationship. So there is a warning sign here that this could be your potential obstacle or challenge, which is too bad because something has the potential to be very good, but you know what? Forewarned is forearmed. A lot of what tarot is about. Be aware. What is the advice? Advice for Leo. The Fool. So the advice would be the Fool. As advice, the Fool would say, take a chance, maybe strike out on some new path. Don't think too long about it. Go with it. Be spontaneous. On a new path. Usually the Fool relates to a new path. It could mean take a chance in your existing situation. I don't generally say I would advise taking a chance with the devil energy, but you know what's best for you. In this card, we do have the dog is always nipping at the heels of the Fool. Like, look over here, trying to distract the Fool from where he's going. The Fool's like not even cognizant of the risk. He's not he's not aware of the cliff. He's barely aware of the dog. I would just say be aware of your surroundings in terms of not being a fool, and take calculated risk. That would be my advice with this situation with the devil right before it, for sure. Beware of cycles repeating themselves, Leo. And what's the potential outcome? Potential outcome. Well, that definitely wanted to pop. Potential outcome is the Two of Swords. So the potential outcome would be, at this time period anyway, that you may not be able to make a decision, or you make a decision without all the information, or you purposely deny some of the information and make a decision. So I'm getting the sense that despite the warning signals and the red flags, and you might decide to err on the side of taking a risk with this person, but I would just say go in with your eyes open if you can. Be realistic. There's obviously always something hidden with the moon in the Two of Swords. And this one in this deck definitely has her eyes blindfolded. So in the decision process with the Two of Swords, you may try to make a decision in a slight state of denial about it. But, we all know that, we're here to learn the lesson regardless. Sometimes we just have to do what we think we're supposed to do, even if it's not 100% right, and then we just have to learn the lesson. Sometimes we can save ourselves some pain by learning the lesson before we do it. So it's up to you, Leo. Wish you luck with that. And let's move on to, I'm going to just actually keep going in this one video. I'm going to move on to the earth signs. So I'm going to start with Capricorn. Capricorn in love for mid to end of September. Capricorn in love for mid to end of September. Capricorn. Whoops. Capricorn What is the situation or person coming at you? Situation for Capricorn. Jumped out. Wow. Capricorn got the Two of Swords. So they might have an air sign coming at them. Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. They might have a decision coming at you. There's a decision that needs to be made. You may not be choosing to make it with all of the facts. You may be choosing to deny some of the facts. So your situation is involving a decision. One that might create a bit of mental imbalance or confusion for you. Looks like you're going to try to make it. You're going to try to make a decision. It's come to a head. Capricorn, that decision is coming. What is the obstacle or challenge? Obstacle or challenge for Capricorn? The obstacle or challenge is the Magician. So as an obstacle, the Magician would say there could be somebody that is a bit manipulative. This could be somebody who is working behind the scenes to try and make something appear something that it's not. As an obstacle, you'd need to be aware of somebody who's trying to manifest something that may not be built on the up and up and the truth. As an obstacle, somebody who's a magician might be kind of a mercurial personality, charming, charismatic, good talker, and could maybe snow you over with that. So be aware of that as an obstacle. The advice. Advice for Capricorn here, mid to end of September. The advice is the Wheel. So Capricorn, your advice is basically the Wheel of Fortune in this deck. The Wheel by advice would be to trust that there's divine timing at play. Trust that things are moving in your favor. Try not to force an issue. Try not to force a solution. Try to let things unfold. That would be your advice. The universe is kind of working it out. Your guides and your intuition and the other person's higher power, your higher power, things are working behind the scenes, and it's going to help sort this thing out. A little more time is necessary, and the potential outcome could be the Nine of Swords. There could be anguish associated with this particular partnership relationship. Sometimes, you know, in the Nine, there are things that appear bigger to the person than are in reality. Get a clarifier on what is it that's creating mental anguish potentially as an outcome here. Maybe it's the Magician. The Eight of Pentacles is potentially an issue, which means there could be some patterns. I always view this in a love relationship. Either somebody's working hard at something, or you might be recreating a pattern. If it's causing you anguish, it's possible that either one of you is not working hard enough at this relationship, or that you could be on the verge of repeating patterns that don't work. So be aware of that. That is your reading, Capricorn. But at the core of it, there are things at play that maybe you don't need to force, okay? So maybe you can relax into that a little bit. Trust. Trust that things will work themselves out to your best and higher good. Having a little more faith. And let's see. Let's do another earth sign. We'll do Virgo. Virgo, mid to end of September. Virgo, mid to end of September. What's coming at you right now? Who or what? Virgo. Not too many. Let's take a sip of water. Virgo. Sorry for that delay. Virgo, what's coming at you? Okay. What's coming at Virgo is the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups in another deck. So sort of a flirty energy, sort of a sometimes superficial, or the beginning of a spark, or an invitation. Somebody might be making a romantic gesture or invitation or a text message or communication. But so the tip of the iceberg there, the tip of something for you, Virgo. Somebody might come up with communication or be flirtatious with you, or you might be with them. So the beginning of something slightly flirtatious or romantic, or you may be dealing with a younger water sign or an immature spirit, immature energy that is a little bit romantic or like a water sign. What is the obstacle? The Knight of Wands, of course. The Knight of Wands. So you might be the one that's being romantic, or they might be romantic, and yet we also have as an obstacle the energy of the Knight of Wands. You might be dealing with a fire sign. So Leo, Sagittarius, or, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Anyway, I'll get back to it. So you might be dealing with a fire sign who is a charmer, doesn't have the staying power. The Knight of Wands wants to kind of come in with a bang, and then can leave just as abruptly. So you might have that energy of, never really being able to grasp hold of this person, which can be very frustrating in this time period. This second half of September, be aware of a Knight of Wands as an obstacle, an energy that doesn't have the staying power. Could be alluring, but doesn't have the staying power. So that's something to consider, Virgo. What could be your advice during this period? Leo, Sagittarius, Aries as a potential fire sign that might be this person that you're dealing with as a challenge. I don't know why I spaced on the fire signs. What is your advice? Advice to Virgo. Oh my gosh, it's the end of a long week here. Long week, little sleep last night. Okay. Virgo advice. What could Nine of Swords be as an advice? Not to worry. I have to say that the advice is not to get overwrought, not to get overly stressed out by the situation with the Knight of Wands. Try to get sleep. Try not to get overwrought. Try not to take it too much to heart. Examine what it is that's really getting you this upset. Is there really truth to it? Do you have evidence of anything that's got you this upset, Virgo? Is it really something you can say you have proof, evidence, cause for concern? Is it as big as you think? Examine what's making you this distraught, this upset. What is the likely outcome for the situation? Another 9. Well, so this might be ending soon. And another 9 is the 9 of Wands. So it's the warrior energy. So the potential outcome is that you do have the strength and the staying power to deal with this. You do have one more fight in you to figure this out. You do have that warrior spirit, needed to deal with this, deal with all of these project situations, things that may feel sort of overwhelming. You know what? Look how strong this person is. This person is like incredibly strong. You have the ability to deal with that. So, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting how you can take the best of that situation and not worry about what you might think is the worst of it, Virgo. Let me know if anything is resonating for you. Appreciate it. Let's see. And Taurus. Let's look at Taurus. Our third earth sign. Taurus. In love for mid to end of September. Quick reading for Taurus. In love for end of September. Taurus, what or who is coming at you? I know you saw my dog walk across part of him if you were watching earlier. If you were watching during Virgo. That was Eli, my Labradoodle. My famous Labradoodle. Taurus, in love. Taurus. Okay. Oh my goodness. Taurus, in love, got the Lovers. So this is what's coming at you. A really big, soul-connected relationship situation. This is a beautiful card. And it could be involving a very deeply connected and soul-based relationship. It could be involving a decision to do with a soul-based relationship that you're it's kind of culminating in something that you have to address at this time. Taurus, what is your challenge about this? What is the challenge or obstacle around this? Sorry. The challenge is the King of Pentacles. So this could be you, Taurus, that you could be in your own way about this. You could be focused on work or business or, you know, family. The King of Pentacles is a very focused and practical sign. Maybe you're not focused on the love aspect. You're focused on the practical aspect of it. Maybe you're dealing with a King of Pentacles who, you know, whether male or female does not matter, but the energy would be somebody who might be very in control, might be somebody who's a bit domineering, but focused. And as an obstacle, maybe right now they're focused on themselves, creating abundance. Maybe they're feeling overly responsible. I mean, there's a chance this person is involved with someone else they're feeling responsible for that's distracting. I'm not saying it's a partner necessarily, but there's something else, whether it's work or something else that could be distracting them if it's an obstacle. Yeah, so somehow this King of Pentacles is showing up as an obstacle. You'll probably know. Let me know how that could be an obstacle for you. The advice for Taurus. Advice for Taurus for mid to end of September 2018 in love. Advice is the Queen of Wands. Wow, so balancing out the King of Pentacles energy with the Queen of Wands energy, the advice would be to stay in your power. This Queen of Wands is very self-possessed, meaning she really understands herself. She knows her strengths. She's not afraid to act, take action, create. She's also very abundant. It's actually a great match for the King of Pentacles, is a Queen of Wands, very inspiring. She likes to light other people's fires in a good way. So the advice would be to either get advice from a Queen of Wands or tap into the Queen of Wands in you, which is a very empowered and powerful energy. And quite frankly, as a man or a female, a very beautiful energy, an attractive energy. So people are finding you play up on your attractiveness in the second half of this month going into October. You've got some definite charisma going on. So that's good, Taurus. And what's the potential outcome? This is probably one of the better readings so far for September. But there's some other good ones in there. There's some other good ones in there. What's the potential outcome? Let's get a good outcome for Taurus. 2. Outcome. Potential outcome is the 8 of Cups. So why would that be with this going on? Maybe what you're realizing in this decision process around, or this kind of reckoning with this pretty profound love situation or heart and head decision, is that one of you is deciding to walk away and pursue something. Maybe they're walking away from an existing person to pursue the other, meaning your situation. Or maybe there's a walking away of you or this person because there's a major decision that needs to be made to take time to be fulfilled, explore, decide what to put energy toward. Let me just take one more clarifying card, because that's really not making total sense to me unless it's around the decision between a King of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. And someone does decide to walk away, but why is there the walk away? Why is there the Eight of Cups here? Why is there the Eight of Cups? Can you tell us more about this? What could be more information about the Eight of Cups? Well, it doesn't get any more direct than that. Is the Devil. Someone could be walking away from a toxic situation. It could have the appearances of look at the parallels. We know this. If you read cards or you look at a lot of readings, you know the age-old comparison between the Devil card and the Lover's card. They're actually really, really similar, the energies in some ways. There's two people tied to each other in a love relationship, tied to each other through a bit of codependence, tied to each other nonetheless. But in this scenario, it looks like it could be that such a deep connection has more to it, and that there could be some kind of other not so healthy aspects to it, and that could be something worth examining because somebody feels they're getting wise to something here and they're walking away. Okay, so that is something to explore, Taurus, for you, end of September anyway. Middle to end of September, maybe into October for love. So next let's do the water signs. We'll do Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Pisces. This is for Pisces. Pisces. What's coming at you in love, Pisces? Who or what is coming at you in love? Pisces. September 2018, second half. Okay, Four of Cups. So what's coming at you is perhaps somebody or you are feeling like you're receiving a potential offer, but it's not good enough. Something about the offer you're receiving might not pass muster with you, might not be good enough, might come out of nowhere, might be surprising, but there's something that's got you kind of turned away and not interested. So Pisces, you might be receiving an offer or somebody might be rejecting your offer that you're giving. But an offer is being extended in this part of the month, and it may not be expected or it may not be received with open arms. What is the potential? And it could be another water sign involved, maybe not. Potential obstacle or challenge is the High Priestess. So there are things we don't know. Somebody's holding something close to their chest. So the reason why it might be a little cloudy with this offer or it might not be accepted is because somebody's not revealing the whole truth and nothing but the truth in this situation. And that could be an obstacle. The other obstacle with the High Priestess is that it could be an obstacle because somebody's not listening to their intuition. Let's see. What is the advice for Pisces? Advice for Pisces. Mid to end of September. Or popped. Jumped. The advice is the Four of Wands. Another four. So the advice, Pisces, would be to lean towards stability, building something, firm relationships, not iffy relationships, relationships that are out in the open, above board, supportive, going in the direction that you want them to go, building on something. Contribute to something, Pisces. Give in to something that you can not necessarily count on, but you can build something. Contribute to someone that you can build something with. Or accept the gesture from someone who you think you can build something with. Because there's definitely that opportunity there. And what's the potential? Potential outcome for Pisces? You could be dealing with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe not. Potential outcome is the Knight of Swords. So there'll be some truth coming in, someone coming in, the kind of white knight charging in. Somebody could be charging in to have a discussion with you. There could be a meeting coming, a discussion coming, some truth coming out. So despite there being this obstacle being named around maybe not all the truth coming out, or someone's holding their cards close, potential outcome would be that a truth is coming out. And there will be words and there will be communication. So that is potentially a good reading, Pisces. See what happens. Let me know if any of that resonates with you. Please comment, share. Appreciate it. So, Pisces. Next one is Cancer. Cancer, what's up for you? Mid to end of September 2018, Cancer. In love. That jumping. Well, Cancer, you have the Ace of Cups, Cancer. So, and this is a very beautiful one at that, in the Illuminati deck. Overflowing with emotion, overflowing with the idea and beginnings of a love relationship. We do know the aces are beginnings. Let's see what's going to happen. What could be the potential obstacle for Cancer? The potential obstacle, no, too many. Potential obstacle for Cancer. Potential obstacle for Cancer. Let's see. Got the Ace of Cups. What could be the potential obstacle? Oops. The Strength card. So the potential obstacle, if the Strength card is an obstacle, it could be that there is a need to watch impulses. It could be that one or both of you have an impulsive nature and let yourself get run away with this idea of love, this concept of the initial attraction, the initial romance of it all. An obstacle could be that you could, or the other person could be letting themselves kind of get ahead of themselves with it and just kind of get on impulse and on instinct and not be as rational about this. That could be a potential obstacle. The infinity sign in this particular card of Strength, which there always is one, is pretty large. So there could be an obstacle that has to do with a karmic tie here, a karmic lesson. I always view the infinity sign cards as having a kind of faded or a karmic element, the infinity loop. So that could be an obstacle. We'll see. What is your advice? What is your advice? Cancer, what's your advice? Advice for Cancer. That was too many. Okay, that one just flipped over. The advice is the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. So the advice is to extend the offer, reciprocate an offer of love, flirt, be romantic, receive the romance. So interestingly enough, it's very in line with the Ace of Cups, your initial situation. And let's see, very exciting, what could be the potential outcome for Cancer in September 2018, second half of the month? Cancer, what could be the potential outcome? King of Cups, okay. Bam, we got the King of Cups now too. So a level of maturity with love, a level of give and take, unconditional love. We do know at times the King of Cups can have sort of a overhandling of his own emotions, but he's comfortable with his emotions, and he's especially comfortable in nurturing and expressing emotions with his inner circle. So as an outcome potential, this is a really positive card. You now have a lot of emotion in the second half of your month between the Ace, the Page or Princess, and the King, balancing this out with the potential challenge. No wonder this is a challenge to maintain some equilibrium and some balance here with the Strength card. No wonder. It also could be a challenge just to be courageous in this situation for whatever reason that resonates with you. If it does, Cancer, that is calling upon you to act on something or put yourself out there in a love situation where you might not typically, to trust a little more than you might typically, Cancer. That could also be your challenge, but you've got a lot of love vibes going on. Definitely, Cancer's got the love vibe. September 2018, second half. So, let's see. That would be the water signs. Let's do the air signs. So, I'm going to start with Gemini. Gemini, what's up, Gemini? Gemini, if you're watching, you never watch for long. Gemini, we know the air signs. My moon is in Gemini. I know a bunch of Geminis. I'm married to a Gemini. Attention span is not long. I will try to make this quick for my Gemini friends. Gemini, your current situation, what's coming at you? The King of Pentacles. So, Gemini, you might be dealing with an earth sign. Or what your situation is just that one or both of you is focused on work right now. Maybe you are dealing with a really focused, loyal provider type, somebody who's got a fatherly or paternal or parental kind of an instinct. You do have somebody who actually cares a lot and does want to take care of what their interests are, whether their interests are at work or in their relationships. So that could be male or female, depends on, you know, what your situation is. But that's your situation. And your potential obstacle or challenge is the sun. So maybe somebody is overworking, maybe someone's over practical right now versus being romantic. But the challenge would be to keep it light, have fun with it, see the glass half full in this, if there's any challenges. Keep the romance and the innocence in the relationship, Gemini. So for whatever reason that's showing up as your challenge right now, let's see. What would be your other advice? Other advice for Gemini is the Tower. So as advice, the Tower would say, Gemini, that you might want to look at what you can count on and what you can't. Be aware of any signs or surprise indicators that are coming into the situation right now. Take them into serious account. Look for investing your energy in things that do have potential, that are based on sturdy ground. You do have something or someone in your midst that is focused on the practical. So that could be you, that could be your partner or potential partner. You can keep it light. You can keep it innocent and positive. But at the same time, the advice is saying, focus on what's working. Focus on what's solid, Gemini. And the potential, you know, get rid of things that aren't working. This is a time. This is the time. If you have to scrap parts of it or start over in other areas or start over altogether, sometimes it's the way it goes. It's just kind of how it comes up. But there's positive to that. And then the potential outcome for Gemini. The Ace of Swords. Perfect for a Gemini. It's the truth. The truth will come out. There'll be communication. There'll be cutting through of what works and doesn't work, just like in the Tower. And you'll get to the heart of the matter. You'll get to what's really working, and you get to build on something that's positive and concrete. Communication, of course, very important. And again, maybe it involves some cutting through and cutting out of the BS. So Gemini, that's your reading. Potentially very, very positive. And then let's see. Let's do Aquarius and then Libra. Reverse order a little bit. This is Aquarius. Not a great shuffle. Aquarius. in love, mid to end of September, your situation. Aquarius, I'm sorry to hear that. Right now, Aquarius is feeling the heat of anguish over something. Maybe some sleepless nights, as they say. Maybe some things you're over concerned about, over anxious about, is in your vicinity. So what about this is the challenge or obstacle? Let's be more specific. What is the obstacle for Aquarius? What is the obstacle for Aquarius? The obstacle is the Seven of Pentacles. So Aquarius, you might be overly concerned about where to put your time and energy. You might be overly concerned if a relationship or situation with a partner is actually worth your time, if it's bearing the fruit that you would like it to, if it's really going to yield what it's supposed to based on how much energy you're putting in, if you're each giving, you know, the right equitable amount to make this really flourish and to make this work. So that's on your mind, Aquarius, and it might be overly on your mind right now. You might be dealing with another air sign. You might be dealing with a earth sign. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It looks like you have tremendous potential to build something here. It's just really pausing and maybe having patience. Let's have patience. And let's evaluate it and see if it's the right investment for you to put time and energy into. You've put a lot already. And what is your advice as you think about this? What is the advice for Aquarius? The advice is death. So something needs to die off, either a part of this relationship, a part of how you view this relationship. You may not need to end a relationship. You need to transmute or transform the relationship. So this could involve viewing it differently, being a different person, showing up in it differently, asking for what you need, or in some respects, you may need to end the relationship or how you're handling it. So there is a death. I mean, when death comes, we kind of know that there's no way around it. We need to kind of heed the transformation, but the transformation doesn't always have to be negative. Things can transform to something better. Absolutely. So you're evaluating it. Something's got you anxious, though. We do know that. There does need to be a big change coming, a big transformation. That's the advice, anyway. And let's see, what's the potential outcome? Potential outcome for Aquarius. Potential outcome is the Empress. Wow, that's a great potential outcome. So the potential outcome is growth, abundance, being able to create what you want to create, being in your power. Look at the red in that dress. Isn't it magnificent? So this is really the catbird seat. She's able to create whatever she wants to create. She's really lived her lessons and has learned from them. And she's in a really important position to create what she wants to manifest. So whatever transformed here comes out the other end, if that is the advice that you take. You know, if you do take the advice that something needs to change in some way, shift up in some way, this is what awaits you as a potential outcome, the Empress. Attractiveness, the ability to attract and manifest what you want, Aquarius. So looks like the struggle is worth the gain in that one. And the last one, thank you, and comment please if anything resonates. I would love to hear your situation, definitely. And then I will do Libra. Libra in September 2018, mid to end of the month in love, Libra. As always, these are all Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You can check out all your other signs. Check out, cross-watch your partner sign. Definitely cross-watchers are welcome. I'm going to put that in my general description. Cross-watchers are welcome here. Just take it with a grain of salt because the reading was done for the sign. Libra. Libra, who or what is coming at you this mid to end of the month, September 2018? King of Pentacles. Wow, interesting. I don't know if this was Gemini. Might want to check out Gemini. So Libra, You've got a King of Pentacles in your midst, somebody who is a leader, dominating, focused on family, reliable, loyal, focused on his coin, focused on making money, focused on providing security. May not always be focused on the relationship, may be. It depends on your situation, but there is a King of Pentacles energy in your midst. So this could be your energy that you're holding right now too, Libra. Hard to say, you'll know if that's where you're focused right now. It's a mature energy. It's a leader in control energy. Rational, down to earth. Can be sensual too. Okay. What is the obstacle for Libra? The obstacle in this situation is the Ten of Wands. So you're carrying a lot of burdens here, Libra. So it could be projects or just busyness. But in a love reading, it could be that this relationship feels burdensome in some way. You're putting in a lot of work. Maybe you can't see where you're going with it right now. You're just kind of taking it as it goes, putting in a lot of work, and you're not entirely sure where this is going to like end up for you. But it's definitely feeling burdensome. What I will say about this card, which I really appreciate, is the pretty dusk scene or morning scene or sunrise scene where there's definitely kind of hope on the horizon here. It's just if this person would toss the wands down or aside, they would definitely get a better view, and it may not seem so bad, or ask for help. So the obstacle challenge is potentially there's a burden associated with this energy or with this relationship. The advice for Libra. The advice is Three of Wands. So the advice would be, I think, to look at what's serving you, look at where you've sent out and planted seeds and what's coming back to you. It would also be to pick your projects and your relationships carefully. And also, the advice would be is to set your expectations fairly. Are you expecting too much? Is too much being expected of you? Libra. So I would look at, expectations as an advice point. What is the potential outcome for Libra? You might be dealing with a Leo. Libra. What is the potential outcome for Libra mid to end of September 2018 in love? The Emperor. So the potential outcome is that you'll be in control, that you're going to be in your power. You could be dealing with an Emperor. You could be dealing with that as an outcome. I don't tend to see that energy this way. I tend to see it as somebody who has got things figured out, has got things handled. And even if you have the feeling of overwhelm, the middle of the month, I think by the end of the month, if you set your expectations with other people well, manage them down, be clear about what you need, be clear about your boundaries, there's a good outcome coming with the Emperor card. So I think this is your energy. As an outcome, Libra, you have the ability to create that. Set the expectations, don't overwhelm yourself, and that puts you on good footing with this King of Pentacles energy, whoever it is, male, female, that you're dealing with. You end up an Emperor at the end of the reading, at the end of the month. So it's kind of putting you, which is good. It's putting you on equal footing with this other. I can't do it. I just can't do it reflectively in the camera. It's putting you on equal footing with this person. Okay, there we go. I'm going to make it equal. Equal. Okay, so yeah. So this is putting you on equal footing. That's really important and a very positive outcome for you, Libra. So good luck with that. Again, I would love to hear any comments, what's resonating, what's not. Sorry for that strange spasm of me not putting the cards in the camera. Yeesh, a long week happening here. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you with another reading soon. Take care.